Hey guys, so we have talked in this tutorial series before about stalls, and specifically how you can do stalls that will point to each part of the circle, whether it happens to be a down stall, a bottom stall, a top stall, or an up stall. Here is a way that you can really quickly learn all of the different stalls and do so in a way that's going to be highly, highly useful to you in the future, no matter what moves you happen to be playing with, which is to actually practice doing all of those stalls in all the timing and direction combinations. For those of you who may not be familiar or need a quick brush up, we can move around our hands in Poi in one of four timing and direction combinations in the kind of 2D realm. We have together same, or as it's sometimes called, same time, same direction, which both of the hands slash Poi track together in the same direction at the same time. We have together opposite, or same time opposites if you prefer, in which the Poi heads or your hands come together at the top or the bottom, but otherwise separate out. We have split opposites, in which the hands slash Poi come together at either side. And we have split time, same direction, in which the hands slash Poi heads never come in contact with each other, right? So this week we're going to start off by doing all of what are called the in-spin stalls for these timing and direction combinations. How that's going to start off is we're really quickly going to brush up on our old stalls and know that we're going to try and get stalls pointed up on each side of the body, stalls pointed down on each side of the body, stalls pointed to either side of the body, and finally, top stalls that point to either side of the body. Go and brush up on these if you need to, but once you're done with that, what you're going to do is you're going to try and synchronize both of your hands performing these stalls at once. So when we start in same time, same direction, for example, I usually start with the down stalls, and I perform a little loop with the Poi in between each stall. So as you're practicing this, I usually shoot for either like 8 or 10 stalls total, so I'll count it as 1, 2, so on and so forth, right? Once you're done with that, you're going to do the inverse of those stalls, so you're going to try and do up stalls with both hands at the same time. You're going to try and do bottom stalls with both hands at the same time. And finally, and most tricky, you're going to try and do all of your top stalls together. So we're going to top out, top out, top out, top out. If you actually need to do multiple spins of the Poi in between each of those top stalls, don't worry about it. That's totally fine. Those are all the ones for same time, same direction. Now let's say we want to do all of them for together opposites, in which case, once again, I'll go ahead and start off by doing my down stalls. And you have your choice of whether you stall them both down along your center line, or you can cross your arms over as you're doing those stalls across, like such, right? Totally up to you. Then, of course, you're going to do the up stalls, in which case, once again, you've got the option of going up your center line, or you can cross your arms as you do that. But again, you want to shoot for 8 to 10 stalls. And then, of course, you've got your bottom stalls, which you reach out, you reach in, you reach out, you reach in, you reach out, you reach in, and of course your top stalls, in which you're alternating between moments when the Poi heads come together versus moments when they separate out apart from each other, like such. If you want to, you could also pair these up such that you do Poi heads together up top, Poi heads together below, Poi heads together up top, Poi heads together below, so on and so forth. And of course, Poi heads away up top, Poi heads away down below, Poi heads away up top, Poi heads away down below, yeah? Then we're going to move into split time opposites, yes? And with split time opposites, things get a little hairy because now you're going to be doing different types of stalls when you get to each of these points. So instead of being in a situation where we're going to, say, both do a top stall at the same time as we would in either same time opposites or together same, we're instead going to be doing it such that we have a up and a down stall paired together, like so, in which case I always have the same hand doing the down stall. And the timing on this is tricky, but you can find it. You just have to really focus on thinking. It's kind of a 1-2 relationship. So I'm almost initiating the up stall before I initiate the down stall. And of course, check your timing when you return to the center here, and make sure that the poi heads are coming together in the middle. That's absolutely crucial in order to make it to the other side. And then of course you want to switch up which hand is on top and which hand is on bottom. And now the really tricky part, because you're going to have to pair together a top stall and a bottom stall. And of course do it on the other side. This is probably the hardest set of stalls I've ever had to learn. But getting this down, literally there will be no situation in which you cannot do those top stalls. Finally, we get to split time same direction. And the good news is that we can really do split time same direction in wall plane if we want to. So we can take some of the lessons that we learned from same time opposites or together opposites, and when we come back into the center, we can just do our stalls along our center line, like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to alternate between stalling out, stalling in, stalling out, stalling in, stalling out, and stalling in. And of course we switch up which hand does which. Of course, if we wanted to, we could just switch between outside stalls and inside stalls. Totally up to you. Just so long as you train all of them, yes? The harder part comes in when we're talking about doing the top and bottom stalls, which once again are always opposing each other. And of course the insides. Cool. If you can do all of those stalls, you are in absolutely great shape. And don't worry if you can't pull all those off to start with. It can take weeks and sometimes months to get all of them. But if you can get all of them, just realize you're about halfway there to getting just about any stall that can possibly come up with in your imagination, right? So next week I'm going to come back with the second half of this workout, which will be all of the anti-spin stalls, yeah? Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next week with a new tutorial. Peace.